you just sped through the radiant circuits and the energies of joy, and you may have some questions, and you may have some questions out there, and you may have some comments that you want to put on the tribe.
And you should know also that if you went on in this work, there are ways to work with other people and connect up their circuits in real sessions. Okay.
Yeah. So who has questions?
Yes. Oh, we need a, yes.
So I know that you can do this for other people when you work on them, but can you do this for somebody like in my family? If I wanted to send them some joy, could I do that on myself with the intention to send them the joy?
You can. Yes, you can. Yes. You're awfully good at this, Dondi.
So Donna, when else besides wanting to feel more joy would you think about using radiant circuit tracing as opposed to, say, meridian tracing?
Well, I love them both. I love both meridian tracing, but radiant circuit tracing starts building the habits of not being in stress. It starts building, and stress is hard for the body. Stress creates illness at times, and so to have the radiant circuits and also to move triple warmer out of its meridian stance and more into its radiant circuit stance, you don't have to live in as much stress in your life. Did that answer your question? You did?
Yes. Well, I want to say that I noticed when I was doing, for example, the penetrating flow, how much
Yes.
more energy I immediately have.
Thank you for saying that. I love the penetrating flow. I love that flow, and it's true. I've known people who just sort of lived on the surface of life and started working the penetrating flow and tracing it and really getting their consciousness in with it, and life takes on a deeper meaning. It's like you find meaning in life more. Thank you.
Okay, go inside and think of a question. We could use one or two more questions. Radiant circuits.
Donna, to me, you are radiant. And I'm wondering, have you always been this way? Or have there been times when you yourself were low, and were you using the radiant circuits then?
Oh, thank you for that question. I mean, I am basically, I love being me. You know? And it has nothing to do with anything that's out here. I mean, if everything went away, I'd still be fine, you know? And I think that started very early. My mother said I was born with a smile on my face. And I can remember my birth, which I loved. I loved my birth, and you know how you always hear how if you get born in a very lighted room and nobody has that sensitivity towards you, it can really be harmful. I love that. I love that it was a cold room. I love that the doctor put my butt on a steel slab, and it made me laugh. You know, I just loved the whole thing. But it is very true that I've gone through things that have been very heavy in my life and very hard. And I used energy to get my energy cleared from the stress and move more into myself again and find my rhythm. I always think of it as what you want is to find your rhythm again. What is your rhythm? And
Donna, how many times should I trace a radiant circuit? Should it be once or twice?
you know,
or
that
three
is
times?
such a linear question. There is truly no answer to that one. How much can you do it to feel good, you know, and when does it quit feeling good? You quit. One of the things I used to do when I was growing up is we had these huge boulders behind our house, And I learned to, this is part of your question about what I did with my energy. My mother lived, by the way, from when I was 4. But then when I went into, I was about 8th and 9th grade, she got sick again. They had taken out one of her lungs, so they thought that at that time, that if you collapse one of the lungs, the other lung wouldn't get TB. So I don't know, but that was Western medicine, you see. So, I did go through a lot of fears and terrors, and so I'd go and lay on that boulder in the back of our house, and it was, God, boulders are alive. And that energy was so amazing that would come up and just come up through my energy. And just laying there, my body would begin to figure eight. It would just figure eight. And it wasn't me doing anything. There was just this undulating, and I knew I was connected in with the earth. And so, da-da. Anybody else? Yes.
So, David, you said that one of the habits that you can do quickly is be in nature. But living in the city, there isn't always nature around. Can you look at pictures? Do you just imagine being in nature?
It is literally whatever turns you on.
Okay.
So,
All right. So you don't have to literally be in nature or have your feet. Okay.
It's feeding yourself what turns you on.
Do you know what I did once when I was going through a period where I was so in the city and traveling a lot and I couldn't get to nature? We bought patches of grass in boxes, and so right in my living room I could put my feet on the grass. And,
Oh, that kind of grass.
yeah. But that really worked, and this is not to put anybody down with anything that they do, but everybody's different. So those products of, what are they called? Grounding products that a lot of people use. Well, they fry my circuits, but a patch of grass doesn't, and that grounds me.
So I have a question. By strengthening our own radiant circuits, is that something we can do to maybe help protect us from these worldly events that could cause damage, or maybe with the electromagnetic energies, does that have anything to do with protecting us from the electromagnetic energies as well?
Yes, it does. I mean, it absolutely does. I would say the first thing is you've got to get an aura strong. You've got to get your aura really working. But that aura becomes quite radiant for you. When it's really flowing and is puffy and fluffy and goes way out, I mean, you feel amazing when that happens. You feel safe. You feel utterly safe, and that you can walk into any new venture and everything is fine. I just wanted to say, I thought of one more thing. This is a really good reason to belly laugh, okay? It cleanses your liver. It cleanses your liver. So it's a good reason to belly laugh. Anybody else?
Okay, great. So these are, again, very thought-provoking questions, and I know that the discussion on the tribe is going to be very rich